Hey guys, welcome back to my channel again. It's Debsy and Place to Be. It's Debsy. That's me. Boop. Debsy. Hey guys. And welcome to my second video of the day. That's correct. I'm here for a little coffee talk. Today I have some coffee. It's actually a decaf. So cheers. I'm coming down from my diet cocaine, which was tasty. If you didn't watch it, it is Tom Hanks' viral sensation, TikTok sensation. It is Diet Coke and champagne. So that's what it is. I found that as I get older, I'm not able to tolerate alcohol as much as I could when I was younger. So I drank it and I was like very hot all of a sudden. I'm gonna get into a little bit of what I did this weekend. Then the rest of this is going to be me talking about the Prince Harry book, Spare. So Friday I was off, so I did my grocery shopping. I got these cool glasses. And then yesterday I worked a little over 6 hours of overtime. Rest of the day, I just relaxed. Today was pretty productive. We took flowers out to my dad, my grandma and grandpap at the mausoleum. I cleaned the bathroom downstairs, which is to me because I can't really stand for that long on my knees, but I got that done. I prepped all my veggies. I cut my veggies for snacks for this week, and I made overnight oats. So I got everything done today that I wanted to do. I made my video, and now I'm making this one for today. So with that being said, I hope everybody had a great week last week, a productive week, and a good weekend, relaxing or entertaining or fun, whatever you were hoping it would be, I hope it was. So with that being said, I'm going to move forward. I'm going to talk about the Prince Harry book, Spare. It came out on a Tuesday. I pre-ordered it because, listen, I will tell you right off the bat, I am fascinated and intrigued by the royal family of Great Britain. I just am. I watched all of his interviews. I watched the Oprah interview. I watched all of the Netflix series. I watched the interview with Anderson Cooper that he did, and I watched the interview with Tom Bradby. So I was pretty excited about reading this book. I pre-ordered it, and I was like, let's hit the ground running on Tuesday. Let's read it. Found out it was 410 pages. That is a lot longer of a book than I would normally read. I started back on reading, because my concentration is better now, I started back reading cozy mysteries, and they're under 200 pages. So it was a big undertaking for me. It took me about a week and a half. I was reading it along with my good friend Emily from Emily's Life on Wheels, and she absolutely loves Prince Harry. She loved the book, and she's a royal watcher like I am. So she finished it a little bit before me, and I had listened to her review of the book, and I agree with everything she said. The book itself, I thought it was a good read. I liked the fact that it was broken up into 3 parts. And it was like his early years when his mom had passed, and then him going into the military, and then Meghan. And I liked that the chapters were pretty short, and his writing style, and I believe it was ghost written, I think, but I thought his stories kept you entertained. He always ended on like kind of like a fun note, not a fun note, but like a interesting note that carried over into the next chapter. It kept me engaged, so it made me really want to go back and read it. I think that's why it didn't take me as long to read it as I thought it would. Because when I saw the hours that it said it would take you to read, I was like, oh crap. But it kept me entertained and engaged and interested, because there were little tidbits in there that he would throw out that I was like, that made me as a royal watcher, really intrigued that you could take a look behind the doors of like Buckingham Palace and behind these doors that you would otherwise never see behind. Now listen, I know that this is not a book for everybody. I know that there are a lot of people, mainly in the UK, that think this is, as they would say, rubbish. I'm going to tell you, I believe it. And here's why I believe it. I think that he doesn't have anything left to lose. They literally took everything from him that would be, of value there. Like they're not senior royals anymore. They took away his security. So what else does he have to lose? That's what I look at it as. I look at it as he didn't have anything to lose. He's going to just speak his truth. So that being said, this book left me sad in some parts, very sad over the fact that he lost his mother, and then he had to then walk behind the coffin, and the whole world just watched him grieve. And the fact that they were actually going to have just William walk, and Harry was like, no, I'm not going to do that to my brother. I will walk as well, because he said William would do that for me if the tables were turned. I don't know about that. I mean, maybe back then, sure. But it just broke my heart to hear him talk about his mom and how he didn't really cry. And now that I look at it, whenever they went out to like greet everybody that was outside, wishing them, well, and giving flowers. And then they had to take the flowers from the people and transfer them over to the gates. And he just thought it was odd how when he would shake their hands were wet. Well, it was because they were wiping their eyes because they were crying. And he just didn't cry for the longest time. And for the longest time, he really thought his mom really didn't pass away. Like she just disappeared. Like he just didn't believe it for the longest time. And another interesting thing was both he and William separately took a ride through the tunnel in London where his mother had passed, and went he told his driver go the same exact speed that they were going, because he didn't see how it was possible. Little things like that, it just made me sad. It just made me so sad for him. Things that made me sad and really angry were, number one, and this is in no particular order. I've never liked the nickname the Spare. And in this book, it really hammered home the fact that Harry was just that. He was an afterthought. There were 2 times in the book when it just made me so angry. The first one was when he said that his father, Charles, and his brother, Harry, or William, could not be on the same plane because they couldn't risk the plane going down and them losing, the king-to-be and the heir. So what? So if they were to go down, then just what? Then you're left with Harry, like Harry couldn't do it? No, I did not. I just did not like that. And also when Prince Harry became an uncle, the British press, instead of asking him, how do you feel becoming an uncle? They were basically asking him, how do you feel now that you are even further away from becoming king? And he was like, okay, I don't even think about that. I'm thinking I'm really happy to be an uncle. And I just, throughout the whole book, it was just really hammered home that he was just an afterthought. That's it. I hated that. So it's no wonder that he would have like these mental issues, and you wouldn't feel good enough, or you wouldn't feel like, anybody's going to want you because you're nothing, because you're like second best. I thought that was shitty. I thought that was terrible. And another thing that was woven throughout the whole book was the British press. Listen, we all know the British press had a huge hand in his mother's accident and his mother passing. They hunted her every day of her life. Since she got into that family, they hunted her. And they were doing the same thing to his wife. And his mother it's been out there that Princess Diana had contemplated suicide. Meghan, in the book, he describes how Meghan had said that she was just going to end it, and she's the problem, and if she wasn't here, then everything would be fine. And she went to the palace, and they were like, listen, I'm sorry, you just keep stiff upper lip and just, don't, it's going to be fine. But it wasn't, because the British press was after her, and just, it was disgusting. So he wasn't allowed to go see anybody. She wasn't allowed to go see anybody. Mental health obviously is not a priority in that family. And the thing that made me really mad was he was used as a pawn by the British press to take attention away from Charles and Camilla, or to show them in a better light. And anytime he would ask for, if there was a false story out there in the press, he would go to, his family, to royal family, to, his father, and they would say, oh, I'm sorry, just don't read it and don't pay any attention to it, and it'll go away. But it's shown in the book that people that work for the royal family were planning these terrible stories about Harry that were untrue, and these nasty, terrible stories about Meghan that were untrue. And everybody's like, listen, as soon as Meghan came in, that's where the problems were. No, you can see that there were problems. You can see that there were problems with this family before she was ever even remotely near Harry. It's just true. I mean, there were problems. There was jealousy between the two of them. And I feel that William was jealous over the fact that Harry now has this freedom. That's what I think. But there were just crazy things in there. Like, some of the things that I remember, this just made me think, what? Now, William's wife, Kate, she actually wasn't born Catherine with a K, or Kate. She was born Catherine, Catherine. Charles and Camilla told her to change it to Catherine with a K, and we'll call you Kate, because they felt that there were too many C's up around the crown, Charles and Camilla. She changed her name to Kate with a K. Henry had to actually ask permission. He was a grown man. He had to ask for permission from the Queen to be able to have a beard for his wedding. She said, yeah, that's fine. He passed it by William. William was like, no. Who are you? That you're going to be telling me I'm grown, that I'm not allowed to wear a beard for my wedding? Get bent. And also, William and Kate at one point were mad, supposedly, were mad at Harry and Meghan because they didn't get them an Easter present. What is this? What are you, 7 and you didn't get an Easter basket? No, that's ridiculous. Am I happy that I read it? I am happy that I read it because, listen, I thought it was an interesting read. It gave you a look behind the palace doors. And like I said, I'm a royal watcher, so I watch all that stuff. So I enjoyed it. So would I recommend it? I would recommend it to people. I mean, if you are interested in the royals and that kind of thing, I would say to read it. Like I said, I believe him because what does he have to lose? He pretty much lost everything anyway. So, I mean, I know he's come out and said he hopes that he can reconcile with his family. I don't think he's going to be able to. Like, he spills the tea. Like, I really wanted to read this because he spills the tea. He goes in and spills it all. That's why I wanted to read it. Do I think they're going to be able to make up after this? I don't think so. Is he going to be at the coronation? I don't know. I don't even know if he would be invited. But listen, tell me in the comments, are you team Harry? Are you team William? And please be respectful. Because listen, if you're team William, good for you. Hey, you can be team whoever you want to be. So with that being said, I hope everybody has a great weekend, a great week coming up. And if nobody told you yet today, I love you. You are loved, seen, and heard. Please make sure that you put love, kindness, compassion, acceptance, hope, and positivity out there. Stay safe, and I love you guys. And tomorrow is The Bachelor. Okay, bye guys. I love you.